comfort zone? Why are people trying to get out of their comfort zone? And why are people stuck in their own comfort zone? Does a comfort zone really and truly exist? Or is it just an illusion? When I look at a comfort zone, you get so comfortable. And I was there too. We get so comfortable about being comfortable. How crazy is it that we can sit and watch TV the entire day? Or we just don't want to take that first step to success. Or we don't want to participate in our New Year's resolution where we said we would go to gym. Or we don't want to go start that brand new hobby or study or research or do some motivational speaking because we have that fear. The word comfort zone comes from fear because you have a fear and it puts you in your comfort zone, kind of like, a bubble. It puts you into a bubble. And the bubble starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually what starts to happen is you're in your own zone and you would rather be able to talk in your group than on a public stage. The very first time I ever talked in front of a crowd was when I was 18 years old and I was sitting in a business presentation and someone was introducing this 18-year-old kid and I was wearing my school uniform and they handed me a clicker and everyone started to clap and there was like 15, 40-year-olds in the group, in the crowd, and I'm sitting here and I probably froze to death. But here's the deal. My very first time I failed. I actually failed my way to success. Imagine if my mentor did not call me up on stage. That very moment, I don't think I'd be the Sashin governor that I currently am today. I don't think I'd be speaking to you because there's a lens, and behind the lens there's tens of thousands of people and millions of people that are about to watch this. But guess what? We're so stuck in our comfort zone that the illusion is that there's millions of people in front of us. In actual fact, there's just a lens and a camera. That's it. Might be two cameras. That, to me, that's like two different people. You got to do more in order to get out of your comfort zone. Think about it for a moment. Trial and error. Your entire life is lived by trial and error. The more you do it, the more it starts in your conscious mind. It starts to transition into your subconscious mind. It becomes a habit or a paradigm, a multitude of habits. And what starts to happen is eventually it flows through your vein. And today, I love speaking in front of crowds. I thrive off that energy. That's what I feed off. Hearing the sounds of 25,000 people at Dallas, Texas, the home of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys. People screaming because all they want is knowledge. You got to challenge yourself. I remember clearly my parents sent me to speech and drama because I was just not good at speaking. And I'd still do a bad job. And back then you could have paid me and I'll still do a bad job. But you got to challenge yourself. You're scared of what people think. There will always be people around you. People will always think. In fact, right now as we speak, as you watch this video, people are thinking right now. They're even talking about you. Why do you care? Develop zero emotional attachment, but challenge yourself. Go take on that speaking class. Go take on that hobby. Go take on that, acting class. Whether you get paid or you don't get paid. Every single success story, once upon a time, hated what they got involved in. But because they did it over and over and over and over again, they inherited some sort of a formula through trial and error, and their subconscious mind. Think about it for a moment. When you're driving, the first time you ever drove, you would concentrate on putting your foot down on the brake, literally putting your foot down on the accelerator, letting go of the accelerator, putting your foot down on the clutch, changing the gear. Conscious. You could feel it, you could see it, and then eventually transition into your subconscious mind where it's a natural motion. You'll get there. But for now, you got to start. And I'm challenging you. Start something that you've never ever started before. Do something you've never done before. At 18 years old, I got involved in the business world. And I wasn't that good in the business world, especially in public speaking. At 21, I made my first 6 figures. At 21 years old, at 22 years old, I made my first 7 figures. At 24, I made my first 8 figures. And you gotta understand, if you're not challenging yourself, then you're constantly telling yourself, well, you're good at what you're currently doing. Do something that scares you, as if you're about to jump off the cliff, as if there's pain. Do something that actually scares you. Put the lights off. If you're scared of the dark, well, break through that fear. Jump off a cliff. I'm not saying physically jump off a cliff. I'm saying obviously harness yourself, tie yourself up, do some bungee jumping, get that fear out too. You hate eating, food in, Singapore. When you go through the food market, well, guess what? Eat there. I ate there. I loved it. But guess what? It was scary because people told me don't eat from the street, you'll get sick. People always talk in the back of your mind. It's the reason why they're talking. Because they never went to Singapore. They never went to places where you're going to go to. You get spectators, commentators, and go-getters. But realistically speaking, the majority are spectators and commentators. But who gets paid the most? Is it the go-getter, the player on the field? Or is it the guy that gets paid to talk about the player? Or is it the people paid to watch the game? Find time for your passion. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the hate. Don't worry about your illusion, inner voice, and everything that's the odds that's holding you back, because the odds are always going to be against you. That's just a fact. But if you really and truly want to get out of your comfort zone, if you want to break out of your comfort zone, it's all up to you and no one else. Sometimes someone needs to push you in the deep end. It's a good push, because that push just allows you to elevate and rise. What are you going to do differently after watching this video? Comment below. Tell me, are you going to take up that speaking class? Are you going to take up that hobby? Are you going to go out there and become that comedian? Are you going to become that actor? Are you going to become that entrepreneur? Tell me what you're going to become. Tell me what your comfort zone, what's holding you back, and tell me what you desire and what you deserve from life. Go get it done. Share this video, subscribe to the Millionaire Student YouTube channel, click turn on notifications, and most importantly, I want to hear your story one day where you tell people around the world how this video inspired you to get out of your comfort zone and make sure you make every moment in your life a living adventure. God bless.